well. I've really enjoyed seeing Rhiannon and Ben in Morzine again.
Yes,
and having another good look around Morzine. I'm feeling as though I'm getting to know it now, and absolutely love it there. And I can see why Rhiannon and Ben want to live there.
Yes,
yeah,
absolutely. Wasn't it lush? Yes. So I guess they've got to do all those things like looking for houses and cars and you name it. They'll be up to it. So plenty of hours to fill, no doubt, doing all that in between work, of course. So anyway, we've got to start. Therefore, we've given ourselves a bit less time to get to Calais. So we're about 600 miles from Calais. So we're going to hit the road this morning and see how far we get and stop.
Absolutely.
Nothing planned, nothing booked. And so we'll see you whenever we decide to stop. And we'll show you the campsite as always, if you fancied using it on your way down or up France.
Yep, catch you on the road, guys.
See you on the road.
21 degrees and sunny, just the way I always wanted. 더 바랄 것도 없어. 지금 이대로면 좋아. 따스한 햇볕이 가득 담은 sand river. The bluebirds peaceful to sing along. That I love you. Oh, 그대여 나와 이 거리를 걸어요. Paris with you. Oh, 난 그저 잔디밭에 누워 있어도 좋아요. 반짝이는 저기 Eiffel Tower shines from anywhere 아름다워. When I'm not with you, all these shiny seas don't mean a thing. 눈동자 비친 Avenue des Champs-Élysées. 그대와 같이 오르면 지겨.
Well, there we go, Camping La Chenaie we've stopped at this evening. It's in Laon, L-A-O-N, Laon in sort of almost northern France. We went a bit crazy yesterday because it was such a good travelling day, and we jumped on the motorway that we did about 400 odd miles yesterday from Morzine, and that down there is a swimming pool, indoor pool, sitting at about 30 degrees at the moment. Absolutely lovely. And pulled up here, it's about 27 quid, I think. Probably takes into account the fact they've got a pool. But the guy just said, yeah, go and find a pitch. As you can see, there's a number 3 and really good size as well. Look at the size of this one next to us. Massive pitches. Just, he's paid your money down at reception, which is down there. And just said, go and find yourself a pitch. 10 amp electric here, access to the pool anytime, and absolutely fantastic. What a lovely setting, and it's sort of almost urban in the town of Laon, but you don't feel as though urban. So quiet last night on the pitch. Yeah, we sort of just drove till we fancied stopping, and then it was a case of, right, let's see what there is. This one was the first one I saw on Google Maps. Popped in, and yeah, seems very pleasant. That's the sanitation block with the washing up, bits and bobs like that. And note as well, this is one of the sites, and they're not uncommon in France, where you don't get toilet seats, you don't get loo roll provided, and there's often no sort of soap and stuff like that in there as well. So We've had a few, not I suppose at least 50% I guess of places we've stayed at are similarly set up all the way through France, so just something to be aware of, just worth as you come in, check, see if you need to provide your own, and take it with you when you go off for your morning constitutional. But let's take you down there, show you the pool, and then head for reception because we've got some croissants to pick up. And then it just goes up there, turns around up there, and then you come back out the same way. But the pool looks pretty new, so I guess it's a new addition, judging by this concrete path, which is pretty squeaky new concrete. I think I also need a go on the bouncy giraffe, I reckon, before we go. Get my exercise in for the day. Fantastic. Not sure Nikki would approve though. Keypad entry they give you when you get here. Give you your number, and there we go. Look at that, isn't that peaceful? Feels like it's going to be nice and warm today, but of course, being 400 or 500 miles up, that nice and warm isn't quite like the 35s we were plus we were getting in the Verdon Gorge, but nonetheless it's very pleasant. It's going to be probably mid to upper 20s. It's about 26 when we came in here yesterday, and this of course goes without saying is the motorhome service area. The Blackwater is part and parcel of the sanitation block back up at the top there that you saw, where there's just an area set aside with a separate sort of toilet set up for Blackwater only. But there's fresh there, grey water drain, and the usual things you'd expect. Recycling. And then this was the route we came in yesterday. Up here you go past some mobile homes that you can see in front of us here, and then it breaks into all the pitches with electric. There we go. There's the little mobile homes that you can rent as well. That was the other side of the sanitation block. There's Resi over in the distance there in the woods, and the start of the caravans ahead. Yeah, but very generous sized pitches. I had no problem fitting on there with the trailer left on the back. So, off the ramps, ready to move. And would you believe we ran out of gas yesterday? So I've swapped to the 13 rather. So that 6 has got us all up. Let's just put the bung back in. That 6 has lasted us for 2 days short of 6 weeks. 2 days short, 6 weeks. Now that can't be bad, can it? Not bad at all. Good old 6k gas. And that was, we've done 2 weeks, so out of the 6 weeks, we've done 2 weeks off grid. And a few other bits and bobs, obviously with cooking. Even when we've got hook up, we're cooking on gas. So when we're off grid, then obviously the fridge and that is all running on gas as well. So that's pretty good, isn't it? 2 weeks. 2 days short of 6 weeks for a single 6k. So if any of you are wondering how long it will last, there you go. There's a rough idea. But needless to say, I've all those French adapters that you might have seen that film a couple of films ago about solutions for France. Then you'll have seen that those adapters haven't been used. Look at the state of this garage. God, somehow I've got to get those ramps back in, so I'm going to have to do a quick repack. Thermal screen on the top, tarp. But there is a method to it. I know it looks a bit crazy, but there is a method to it, which has got us by this 6 weeks. Sort of a method anyway, after the odd repacked a couple of times when we've been on site for ages, but yeah. And Peggy is pretty happy under there. Everything has stayed tight. About every couple of 100 miles I check it. Locked it on using their loop, locked it on, so when we leave it at services and stuff like that, she's well and truly locked on. And then the only thing that we've changed was, as you can, sharp-eyed of you will have noticed, this is a different cover. So the one that when we went down, by the time we got to the med, it had been shredded. Not very good quality. That was an Oxford one. We bought this, and we bought this in a scooter sort of place down near the med. So, and this touchwood has been really good. So not the slightest sign of the seams going or anything like that. And it's got straps going under there. I've got a strap going under there, and then there's a second one. Unlike the Oxford one, which only had one, there's a second one going under here. So that's straps as well. And then you've got the, and then at the front, you've got the these much better reinforced rings there. So I've just got a bungee going through the wheel, and then just hooking onto the edge of the trailer, and that helps to obviously stop it blowing away when we're doing 60 mile an hour down the motorway. But yeah, much better cover that. So the last haul into Calais today. So we'll see if we can find somewhere to stay in Calais. Try and avoid getting any passengers on the underside of the van. And then it's crazy o'clock tomorrow morning. We've got a 5:20 check-in for a 7:20, well 6:20 UK time, but 7:20 tunnel crossing. So yeah, last bit on the road. We'll show you the site. Show you the site where we get to in Calais. Oh, they're mowing over there. Ticket in, and a bit of plastic, and bingo goes the phone banking app. And this is also where we're coming off to look for our last stopover. About 10 miles out of Calais, and that will do us. Well, this is the last of the nights. You sad, love? Sad.
Oh, no.
Going back to that weird place, you know, the house that's like what? Why are we doing in a house that big when we can live perfectly well in Resi the Moho? Makes you wonder, all these people that go full time, what a great idea perhaps. Yes, well anyway, I digress. We are at Camping St Louis. So we've done the 125 miles up from last night's little campsite there, which was very pleasant, as you saw. And this is where we are now. I had a quick look on Pitch Up, and this one pinged up. Just wanted something about 8 to 10 miles away from Calais. And this had some pretty good reviews, actually, to be fair. So dropped in here at reception. They said, yeah, we've plenty of room. And in fact, we've got the first on the left, because just around that corner there is reception, which I'll show you in a minute. So we've literally got there, pitch number 1. We came in, as you saw, through the gate there, pitch number 1. Nice and big. So managed to reverse Peggy the trailer in. Plenty of room for trailer and van without having to disconnect. And as you can see, it's quite an extensive site there. Right opposite us there's a little cafe bar that opens at 6 PM apparently. Sanitary block just around there, which I'm very pleased to report does have toilet seats and does have toilet roll and does have soap. So there you go. So what I was saying last night about half of our sites haven't had those facilities, then this one has got all 3. What a plus, eh? Don't need a radar ready to go supply of said items to go to the loos or the sinks or the showers. Right, so let's go and have a look round and see what it looks like. There's the gate that we came in at, so just be a bit of a tight turn in the morning, but you can see how big the pitch is. Fantastic. And Peggy the Scoot is still on the back, hopefully. Yep, she's still there. Smack on 10 metres to the electric, which is always a plus, so don't need anything out. I've dropped the raised up this side of the suspension, the VB, which has just about level the van, and dropped the other side right down because we're on a very slight tilt. It's been really good actually to have the ability now with the VB to actually level the van that way, side to side, which then once it's then level, you might only need, say, a tiny bit up, say the first level or 2 on the ramps. So it's given us sort of quite a bit more flexibility to get the van level on all of the pitches we've had. So another useful function for the VB Semi-Air. Handy little feature that with the obviously with the controls up there. In fact, you can see that I've got the offside right up high, got the near side right the way down, and that just levels the van that way because the pitch itself was pretty level. So, and it wasn't my own making because I pushed the van right over that way. Near to that tree, then obviously the ground was a little bit higher there because of the tree roots and stuff. Which has meant I've had to mess around with the air, but it just gives me a slightly wider swing out to be able to make that turn at about 5 o'clock in the morning. So I don't really want to be going to and fro manoeuvring and wake up the whole of the campsite at 5 o'clock in the morning when we leave. So this is a little bar on the right here, and you can see a number of Brit number plates. There we go, there's a pizzas, 13, 14 euros, so what's that, about 10 or 11 quid. Of course, some cheese. Desserts for 3 or 4 quid, that's pretty good value. Cool, look, we've got a lot of stuff in English as well. Fish and chips for about a tenner. So, yeah, that's not bad at all, really, is it? Burger and chips for about a tenner. Can't be bad. And a little table tennis table. Oof. Might have to get the bats out for one last go in France. And a game or two kicking around. God, look at that. Old pinball. There's a blast from the past. Used to love playing those. And it looks like they do a few events here and there as well, from pétanque tournaments to a bit of karaoke to some food nights. Wow. You name it, got quite a few bits and bobs here. And the sanitation block looked really nice, clean. As I say, got all the facilities this time, including bog roll. What a bonus. And as we saw from the last site as well, got that mixture of people that have permanent pitches. You can hire little chalet things like these, or obviously you've got the moho places, well, for that, and or tents, I'd imagine. But wow, look at that one. That's definitely a permanent one. What a fabulous setup. It's double the size of it with that awning. And again, in fact, definitely double the size of it with that awning. Wow. Very nicely done. Do like all the planting and the vegetation. Nice little playground over the back there for the smaller people. Gonna have a quick look at that space. There's a dog walk area here as well. Oh yes, there's the there's a bit of the pétanque area. And out of the pétanque field, some more permanent ones by the looks of it. Bonjour. Bless. Fantastic. And then back round towards the gate straight ahead there. Very nice, nicely planted. Do like that. Nice bit of vegetation. Not sure whether we'll try grub tonight, but if we do, I'll let you know what that's like too. And there we go. So, only question mark is, will I get around that in the morning without taking the tree stump to Calais with me? Hopefully will. Fingers crossed. In towards the check-in. Check-in signs are the symbols with the orange symbols with a little arrow on the left there. So as we're already reserved, we can take one of those. Definitely make sure there's no height barriers. Right, we fire up the shuttle app, and then we've got a press to check in, and then your 8-digit booking reference is just by my thumb there. Hopefully it'll recognise that booking. There we go. So no, not fitted, no pets carried, so we confirm that. We confirm we're conventional diesel, confirm. 0625, definitely take the earlier one. So there you go, we've got an earlier offer for no extra charge, which often happens if you're nice and early. Press next to continue. And then just out of here, there we go, spits out the spits out your number. R3 we are today, so that's the one we look out for as we go into the terminal for our check-in. So that's handy. We've got about an hour ahead of where we would have been. So through the check-in bit, and then it takes you in a weird route. You sort of have to go around the back of the terminal building. So obviously if you've got a bit of time to wait, there's all your usual services in there, cafes and toilets and all that sort of stuff. But because now we're down to about 3 minutes, we've come around the back of the terminal building, and you follow this little labyrinth way in. There's signs for Grande Bretagne and signs for boarding, so we're just making our way around to that point. Terminal building's over to the left there, so you sort of come round a big loop round the back of that building, and then you keep following this path, which eventually takes you back to almost where we came in. See the Grande Bretagne signs there. So they definitely want you to spend some money in the terminal building, but we haven't quite got time. So we've gone through the last check. That was a quick gas check. The usual, they want you to open the locker. Then we're given number 4, line up. So we should be boarding in about 20 minutes, 25 minutes. Fantastic. Last toilet stop as well, if you wanted it. Over on the right, they've got those little cubicles there, as we've got half an hour to waste. Well, while we're waiting, we've still got boarding is imminent. So we've managed to grab a bit of breakfast. The granola is still going. It's lasted us 2 big buckets of homemade granola. It's lasted us the whole 6 weeks. It was 2 of those giant ones, so we've eaten 1 of them. And that's got us right through to the end. So time to get ready to board. The things you can do while waiting in queues: have a bit of breakfast. The wonders of moho living. And one other thing that I'm just doing, see an acknowledgement I got there, is I've asked to put the Trackstar tracker into service mode. That means basically that they detect that the vehicle's moving when you're on the ferry, or when you're on the tunnel I should say, and therefore it obviously raises alerts from them that the vehicle's moving without the engine on. So you can drop the tracker into service mode. You can specify how long you want it in service mode. So I've said a couple of hours, and then you get an acknowledgement, which you just saw come up on the screen then, that then stops them ringing you or alerting you or texting you, because they've picked up the vehicle's moving without the engine on. So it's a good system, that. And I was going to put together a bit of information about this Trackstar tracker, so I'll keep an eye on the channel, and hopefully we'll have that filmed for you very soon. Well, it's all drama. We all set off and we didn't move, so I looked ahead of this guy in front of us, and all the cars had gone. I looked in this cab of this chap in front of us, and he's fast asleep on his across his 2 front bench seats. So I had to bang on the window to wake him up. But we're now moving again. and he's awake.
Oh, there's an old, very old vehicle on the bug-out trailer.
That's brilliant. Very old.
Yeah. So we're holding back on entering into the next section because I'm not sure what this vehicle's doing yet. Looks like he's locked in now. Yep, so they're closing the doors in front of him and we've got enough room to get in behind him. So we're going to continue forward now and they'll put us right up close to him, I expect.
Squeezed up tight to the one in front. That's us done, locked in, and what is it now? It is 6:15, so hopefully about 10 minutes will be underway. Incidentally, obviously, because the ignition's off and you can't have your gas on, then obviously the fridge just has to stay as it is, flashing at you and telling it hasn't got a power source. But obviously, if you keep the door shut and that, then it's only 40 minutes, so nothing in the fridge should degrade in that time, but there's just no way of running the fridge if you rely on gas and or the ignition or hookup like we do.
Birds peaceful sing along that I love you. Oh, 그대여 나와의 거리를 걸어요. 난 그저 잔디밭에 누워 있어도 좋아요.
Well, that's it, we're back on the drive. Back on the drive. Peggy, or the trailer's back in, starting to unpack all the stuff. Peggy's off the trailer. Nikki's about to nip out and do all the all-essential shopping, of course, for the essentials in life. The starting to strip out the van with a gazillion journeys. Well, not a gazillion, but you know, quite a few journeys. We've got a few things out of the garage, but still a fair bit more to go. So Mickey's probably gonna go down to the beach or something and park up and wait till I've finished emptying everything and then come back again, or something like that. Because she hasn't seen Tenby Beach for ages. And look at the state of the van, eh? Minging it is, minging. So yeah, so I guess sometime in the next, well, week, 2 weeks, who knows, there will be a grand clean up. Without a doubt, yes, a grand clean up will be had. Strip everything out. Yes, a few groceries. Right, don't remember, you've got to drive on the left. Drive on the left. Yeah. The all-important milk for tea. Very important, that.